Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another exciting and informative edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson, turning the pages for you throughout this exciting half-hour journey. Coming up, a look at government's expanding services to tackle drug abuse. Plus, learn why it's important to know what's in the food you eat. You don't want to miss any of these and more great features in our lineup. So sit back and relax for the full journey.
Have you seen any of these signs and are ready to buy land or property? Want to know who is the legal owner? Purchase a copy of the title using eLand Jamaica. With eLand Jamaica, you can do a title search and verify the owner of the property, ensuring they have the legal right to sell it. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at www.nla.gov.jm. via telephone at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us on WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JIS News for Monday, March 9, 2026. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says Jamaica is looking to deepen cooperation with the United Nations as the country enters the reconstruction phase after Hurricane Melissa. The Category 5 storm, which made landfall on October 28, 2025, caused significant damage to homes and critical infrastructure across several parishes. Speaking during a recent meeting with United Nations Under-Secretary General and UNDP Administrator Alexander De Croo, the Prime Minister reiterated that the rebuilding phase would require extensive resources and continued international support.
And now we enter the reconstruction phase, which is going to be far more involved and far more costly. We continue to look forward to the support of the UNDP as we go on this journey of both reconstruction and resilience. So we're not only going to rebuild what was destroyed, we're going to look at infrastructure that currently exists, but is at risk of epiphenomenal climate events.
Stronger regional cooperation is critical as Caribbean countries face a growing shared challenge of crime and violence. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness made the observation during a courtesy call with CARICOM High-Level Representative on Law and Criminal Justice Godfrey Smith last week. Dr. Holness asserts that crime and violence are no longer isolated national problems, but regional issues that require coordinated action among Caribbean states.
The community has come together to coordinate our efforts legislatively, to cooperate on law enforcement, and to raise general awareness amongst our population about how we can address this really terrible problem of crime and violence. And your work will be very important to that.
During the meeting, the leaders also discussed Jamaica's role in supporting regional policing initiatives, including plans for a regional center of excellence for policing.
Where eventually down the road, we can do our own training. We don't have to go off to the United Kingdom or other places, which has happened or been happening for so many decades. We have to reach the point where we can sustainably train our own people.
The proposed center, which is expected to receive support from the Inter-American Development Bank, will begin the initial scoping phase this year. The Morant Bay Urban Center in St. Thomas is entering another phase of development, with several government entities recently signing their leases to occupy sections of the space. Minister with responsibility for land titling and settlements, Robert Montague, says the move sends a strong signal to private operators that the government has confidence in the development.
The government, having spent $6 billion, has a responsibility to populate, and I really want to congratulate the government entities for seeing the vision and coming forward. It is also a signal to Portland that the government is serious about building out the center in Portland
Among the entities that signed leases were the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, Department of Correctional Services, Jamaica Information Service, and Ministry of Justice. The Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, and Tax Administration Jamaica have also signed on to set up shop in the space. The Factories Corporation of Jamaica oversaw the project, and Chairman Littleton Shirley says the center is a hub for the residents seeking essential government services.
It is all about creating environment for our people to be more welcome in government spaces without having to journey all over to different areas at a cost to them.
Jamaica is moving to strengthen the protection and participation of women in national security through the development of a national action plan on women, peace and security. The initiative was announced by Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, last week.
Together with civil society groups, we'll come together to discuss how the government can further institutionalize a gender-responsive approach to security governance, strengthen systems to protect women and girls from gender-based violence, cybercrimes, and human trafficking, and promote women's meaningful participation in peace building and security decision making.
Senator Johnson-Smith was addressing the opening ceremony of the Regional Women, Peace and Security Symposium in Kingston. The three-day symposium was hosted by the Jamaica Defence Force in collaboration with the Canadian Directorate of Military Training and Cooperation at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in Kingston. Government will be appointing a 9-member criminal expungement board. The increased membership is in line with new provisions under the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Amendment Act 2026, which was recently enacted.
Instead of 3 to 5 members, the Act now requires that the board is comprised of 7 to 9 members. It is our intention to appoint 9 members to allow for the greater efficiencies and a greater cross-section of representation.
The Justice Minister says the legislation and the broader expungement framework remain under constant review, with the government hoping that improvements in the country's crime situation could allow for further reforms in the future. However, he stresses that offences involving firearms will remain ineligible for expungement.
In the present atmosphere, where guns are used to commit many crimes, to kill over 75% of our murders in Jamaica are committed with the use of an illegal gun. It would be inappropriate at this time to expunge any offense where a firearm is involved.
The minister was addressing a recent post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
To every procuring entity, transparency does not end at contract award. Once a contract is awarded, including emergency contracts, the law requires that a contract award notice be published on GOJA. Emergency contract award notices must be uploaded within 30 days and clearly state the name of the specific emergency contract awarded, the supplier and justification for their selection, the contract award date and value, the duration and current status of the contract, the detailed justification for using emergency procurement. These requirements are mandatory. Contract award notices must be timely, accurate, and complete. Upload it, get it right, and do it on time. Transparency is not optional. It is the standard that ensures public trust and accountability.
As part of a wider public health strategy and efforts to tackle the rising threat of psychoactive substances, the government is expanding access to substance abuse prevention programs and mental health services. We now turn the pages for a look at this intervention being executed through the National Council on Drug Abuse.
In the heart of Drax Hall, St. Anne, a new chapter unfolds on Jamaica's fight against substance abuse, one rooted in prevention, support, and hope for those caught in the quagmire. The National Council on Drug Abuse, NCDA, opening of its Northeast Regional Office here, is strengthening its reach, bringing vital services closer to the people who need them most.
Welcome to Northeast Regional Office! Today marks yet another forward-facing moment in public health and national development. This launch represents far more than the opening of a physical location. It stands as a firm security and commitment that we're serious about safeguarding public health.
With new psychoactive substances emerging as serious threat to the well-being of youth and adults alike across the country, this response against harmful drugs becomes even more urgent.
Through the NCDA, we are growing fast as we continue to see the rapid growth of threat of substance use across our nation, particularly the rise of new psychoactive substances. We are talking about the threat of other drugs such as MDA, commonly known as Molly, ecstasy.
The effect on our youth is dire, with increases in anxiety, depression, and in some cases, acute psychotic episodes.
We've always had officers in this area, but we've never had a place where it is that we would have been able to say, this is where you can access me. And so this is transformatory for how it is that we are going to impact this community, because now they can see me, they can have access to me. It is a walk-in. Every service we offer is absolutely free to the public.
Data shows alcohol and tobacco use in St. Anne exceeds the national average, making this parish a strategic hub for the Northeast region. From counseling and psychoeducation to harm reduction and justice-based recovery, the NCDA's approach is coordinated, compassionate, and community-driven.
Foundationally, what we want is for people to be able to recognize that you don't have to. If it is that you are using the drug because you don't have another option, here are some options. Here are some life skills. Here are some things that we can teach you with how it is to manage your stress, how to be able to cope, how to be more resilient. And if it is that it has happened to you, here is a pathway to recovery.
While the NCDA stands as an agency under the Ministry of Health and Wellness, as part of a wider public health strategy, it connects with every other social welfare entity to offer its services through coordinated and integrated programs where substance abuse is a concern.
So there is a drug court program that we collaborate with the Ministry of Justice to be able to do. Once it is that you graduate from that program, actually you don't retain a criminal record. And so it is a beautiful opportunity for people who get caught in a situation that they know they should not have been, to have a clean record again. But you have to do the work. One of the key things that we do with young people is to train them to be able to deal with their own. And so our peer programs, we have peer programs to be able to talk through ganja use and decisions around whether it is that you will take ganja. We have peer programs that are going to be around vaping and the decisions you will make about vaping. But our responsibility is to be able to train you as the leader, as the peer leader, for you to be able to pass the message on.
The Northeast Regional Office welcomes everyone in need with an open-door policy, and the message is clear: eliminate illicit and illicit substance misuse. We all must protect Jamaica's future through care, access, and action today. The NCDA, empowering youth, informing families, connecting agencies, and working together to build resilience through quality drug prevention and treatment services.
In our quest to consume balanced meals, it is important to read and understand food labels. Doing so allows us to identify hidden ingredients and manage nutrient intake and, importantly, our consumption of salt, sugar and fats. In our next feature, we'll learn more about this.
Part of maintaining good health is knowing our nutritional requirements and what is in the foods we consume. When we know, we are able to make better choices about what we eat and empowered to avoid non-communicable diseases (NCDs) such as diabetes, hypertension, cancers, and cardiovascular diseases like stroke and heart disease. In recognition of this, the government encourages consumers to look carefully on the ingredients and nutrition facts labels on foods.
NCDs is a national crisis, and what and how we eat is a contributory factor to developing or worsening. Our message, healthy eating, active living, read it before you eat it, places emphasis on educating and empowering people about the choices made for food consumption. In keeping with our vision for a healthy Jamaica, our goal is to equip Jamaicans to read food labels in order to make healthier food choices.
The fact that more than 70% of death in Jamaica are linked to NCD conditions, which are increasing, is enough reason for all of us to eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, and get adequate rest. Like sweet music to the soul, the healthy living message must resonate, and the Ministry of Health is chiming through the airwaves with its public awareness campaign.
Nutrition facts, it they in the table on the side of the back. Take note of the sodium, the sugars and the fats by percentile, less in upon the right track. You feel zoom in on the nutrition facts, it they in the table on the side of the back. Vitamins, minerals and vitamin 2, 20% and more that good for you. You feel zoom in, check the nutrition facts. You feel zoom in, check the nutrition facts. You feel zoom in, check the nutrition facts. Less sugar, less salt intake and less fat.
It is our collective responsibility to take stock of the health impact of excesses in sugars, salts, and fats, and take steps to reduce consumption.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness, through the Nutrition Facts Panel media campaign, is fast tracking its response to the scourge of non-communicable diseases (NCD) by getting more Jamaicans to zoom in on what's in their food. The campaign is a collaborative effort of the Ministry of Health, the Heart Foundation of Jamaica, National Health Fund, and the Jamaica Association of Professionals in Nutrition and Dietetics.
I think this is a great start, and it supports the other things that we're doing, like school nutrition policy, the physical activity program, the elimination of trans fats, and so on. We have to see it all related and linked and make the push to get it working.
Preliminary findings of a recent baseline evaluation survey for Nutrition Facts Panel Education campaign show that while 70% of Jamaicans have a general awareness of Nutrition Facts Panel and 69% express a positive attitude towards them, only 30% are able to accurately interpret and apply the information on them. Ingredients on food labels are listed from the greatest to the least amount of nutrients. Pay attention to things like fats, sodium, and sugar, of which you are to consume a percentage daily value of 5% or less. Keep these in mind as well. The general daily limit of added sugars is 6 teaspoons or 24 grams for women and children, while for men it's 9 teaspoons or 36 grams. Your fat intake should be 6 teaspoons or 30 grams, including 13 grams for saturated fat. The general daily limit for sodium is less than 1 teaspoon or 20 grams. It's also recommended that we reduce consumption of foods that have a percentage daily value greater than 20%. Choose foods that are high in dietary fiber, minerals such as iron, calcium, magnesium, and potassium, and vitamins. Go for products with percentage daily values greater than 20% for these nutrients.
It is important that Jamaicans learn to read and interpret the Nutrition Facts Panel with its information on serving sizes, calories, nutrients, and percent daily value for the individual intake. This will empower people to choose foods that allow them to maintain energy and the appropriate nutrient requirements, particularly sugars, salts, and fats.
So, next time you go shopping, remember to read it before you eat it. And don't just read it, do so and make the best nutrition choice for your good health.
Jamaica Post is committed to being your preferred logistics partner. Enjoy the convenience of 3 to 5 days for international shipments at competitive rates and next business day delivery for local packages. Take advantage of our fast, reliable and ever-evolving services: zip mail, click and ship, fast track, EMS, parcel service, registered mail, corporate mail service and private letterbox. Access customer service support and track packages online. Visit our post offices island-wide and premium service centers at select locations. For more information, go to jamaicapost.gov.jm. Conditions apply.
Math is a very important subject that every student should learn to master, and where there is difficulty cultivating an interest, rest assured, there are ways to overcome. As we take you to the end of our journey inside Jamaica Magazine today, we look at how the Seaview Gardens Primary School has been using creative ways to help children develop interest and mastery in math.
Walk with me as I take you on a journey to a village like never before seen in Jamaica. A village that was created with one purpose in mind: to engage students at the Seaview Gardens Primary School in math. The Math Tree Lane Village was recently opened on the grounds of the Seaview Gardens Primary School in Kingston. The village, which is located off Matherific Boulevard, is the brainchild of math coordinator Denise Reed.
Inside our village, we have a shop area. In this shop area, we have play foods that the students will see in a regular shop. We have eggs, we have water, we have juice, we have basic things that you would see in a shop. Things are wrapped in pound, half pounds, 2 pound wrappings. We have scales, we have food and meats that are like play foods, beef, fish, chicken, that the students will interact with, and these are the things that they would see when they go to the shop to buy.
After visiting the Maths Masters one-stop shop, students and visitors can head to the nearby market.
So we have market day. If the students need to go in, they can go in, they can do buying and selling. We have, they can do weighing of goods, they can measure goods. The goods are priced, so they can do decimal, calculation, addition, all the mathematical operations will come out in the market, in the shop as well.
And there's more. At the very end of Matherific Boulevard, adjacent to Polymath Pathway, you'll find a house and the Math Express bus that journeys to Point Hill, 3 miles and halfway tree.
The math bus is actually a game center where the students go and play. It's not completed. They have to go and play interactive games, board games, games that develop critical thinking like draft, chess, Ludi, things like that. They go and play interactive games seated on the floor. They have a house. Inside of the house, you will see a stove, a table, and those things have shapes. They have geometric elements.
But the best thing about this interactive and engaging math village is that not only was it created for students, it is also partly run by a special group of students known as Math Elves.
The Math Elves are math students, the top math students from grades 5 and 6. Their responsibility is to go out to the different classes to which they are assigned. So they are assigned to grades 1 to 3. They use their lunch hour because we have 2 different lunch hours for upper school and lower school. So while the lower school students are inside, the upper school students the Math Elves will go to the classes assigned. They will sit with the students who are struggling with mathematics. and guide them in their own way. Their role is basically to assist the students to understand math using their own language that the students would use to impart the knowledge in their own way to their smaller schoolmates.
For me, being a maths elf, I feel really good because I'm able to influence other children to let them have this strong passion for maths and they want to do it a lot more. So it really it encourages me to do more. I would take the children out to see the math village. I would show them the stuff that are here. I would teach them how to weigh you would see the flour and the sugar and the cornmeal in the shop, and I would use the prices to teach them how to add and subtract and to what to get for your change or how to deal with the stuff. If I have 3 counters in this hand, 3 counters in this hand, and 1 in this hand, how many counters do you have in all?
7.
You have 7. How do you know that there are 7 counters there?
You add 3 and 3 to 1.
And then you get 7. And you can also see them, so you know that there are 7 counters there, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But though the village is a fun place of learning, there are strict guidelines that must be followed by students and teachers.
The students are not allowed to just go in the math village because the things are very small and we don't want them to take them out, not to steal, but to just play with them and remove them and so. So the teachers are rostered to use the math village. They decide when they want to use it based on the lesson that they have to teach. And so they are rostered and they take the key, they take the students in, and the students are monitored and they go in and they do their lesson, they come out, hand over the key, and another teacher can use it at another time. So the students are always monitored while they are within the math village, and the teachers are all encouraged to incorporate the math village within their lesson planning. So at least 1 math lesson for the week.
For far too long, students have seen mathematics as daunting, difficult, and frankly, disconnected from everything that is important to them in everyday life. And so with a village like this, with this kind of initiative, students can come on the inside and they can see in a real way how mathematics can be relevant to what they're doing.
Our half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine ends right here for today, but please do join us again tomorrow on this same station for more news, features and information you can use. In the meantime, visit our website at jis.gov.jm for this and other offerings. On behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.